Hi all. In this topic, I'm going to discuss about the resistance characteristics and mainly focusing on individual resistance if there is a change occurs. And myself, Jitin Kechos, Assistant Professor, Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department, Jyoti Engineering College. So, when a change occurs, everybody tends to or tries to oppose the change. This happens in case of organization and individual anywhere. This portion comes under the global elective, industrial psychology and organization behavior. So while considering the change, these um, resistance occurs due to many issues. So in this video, we're going to watch what happens with individual rather than on organization. So the resistance to change in organization behavior is broadly classified into two. The sources of resistance, two sources, individual and organizational. While considering individual resistance, one aspect of mankind that has remained more or less constant is his natural resistance to change. The reason behind this is once a person is adopted to a style of approach or to a habitat, it is very difficult for him to change from that habitat. So, if some change is introduced, it makes the person more irritated to adopt that change. So, this results in the resistance. So, always a person will try to keep his status same, even though persons will be having a thought of changing the present situation, they will stick on to the previous one. So, this is a reason why the changes are resisted by the individuals. This may be dependent upon the perception, personalities, and needs. Now, coming as the following are the reasons. It may be economic reason. Yeah, the individual will be much feared because they feel like if a change occurs, if in a company more what like machines comes, it may result in the unemployment of many individuals. So if such changes are introduced, this will become a major problem with their economic. So it is they start resisting. Another reason is that if the machines or something which works for man is introduced, the individuals are feared that their working hours get reduced and as a result their payment also reduces. So the reduced wages, this is a big issue which the individuals are facing. And also incentives get reduced. So any change in the job task or established work routine, maybe they will be working for a long period, same routine, but if they are asked to change, this type of fears people arise. So they won't be able to perform their new task or routines. Now, fear of the unknown. The another major issue is that the individual is thinking that this is something which doesn't know or they have to study new things. So this pulls him back from his interest to do some work. So change often bring with it substantial uncertainty. So if an employee is facing technological change, maybe a new computer or some new instruments, they are supposed to change the old one, and they are very much interested not to change, because if they have to change the machine, they have to study about the new machine. This is especially a problem when there has been a lack of communication about the change. Now the fear of loss. Many feel that if we introduce many more machines, their job will get lost. So fear of losing their jobs is a main issue. It happens whenever an advanced system is introduced. So if the job is lost, their status also becomes in a losing condition, and their status, because of this change, it all go upside down. Another common fear is that change may diminish the positive qualities the individuals enjoy in the job. Next is security. If a person is much more interested in security than his work, he will resist the change because he feels that this change will threaten his safety. So, thinking that, he will start blocking the change. Another case is status quo. Perhaps the biggest and most sound reason for the resistance to change is this: we all have a habit which we created, so, and we are not ready to get change from the habit, because the change may produce some discomfort from the present status. So, change means they will have to find new ways of managing teams and their environment. This makes a person or an individual resist change. Now, the peer pressure. While considering this case, many are prepared to accept change but refuse to accept it for the sake of the group. This type of person is also the individually he or she will be more interested to change, because he know that if we change along with the world, we will be having a value. So thinking that, many individuals try to change, but their group members will not be ready to change. So thinking this, many individuals resist the change even though they are not interested. So this is another issue. So every individuals of this kind are forced to change as per their management decision. Now the disruption of interpersonal relationships. This happens because they think that their relationships on the job loss. So thinking this also, many used to what resist the change. Another one is social displacement. So as mentioned before, this there will be a common or a group which thinks same thing, so that relationship get destroyed if changes keep coming. For example, if a person is going in a bus daily at the same bus to his office, when he goes to his office, he had a good number of friends. So suppose the time of the organization is changed, so change came. So what happens? Obviously, the bus which he used to come earlier has to get changed. So there will be a common relation between the people in that bus. So if the time is changed, that interrelation gets off. Thus, when social relationships develop, people try to maintain them and fight social displacement by resisting the change. So this is also another type of change happening. So this video, you have seen this much. What are the individual resistance happening? So thank you for watching my video. Thank you.